friends, for today's 3x5 card we're going to make a theme on ripping. So it's going to be ripped paper theme. So anyways, here's my card and I'm going to kind of do a background and I'm just spraying it up. I think actually I have some sprays here. I might add some of that just because I want to spray it up a bit, see what I can get out of there, and I might add just more paints. I don't know, there's some nice shimmer. And I'm just trying to do something a little bit light, but also I've got a pop-up on my thing. I hate that. I'm just gonna like stop for a second, take that pop-up. I'm recording, I don't know if it affects it or not. So anyways, I have that. And I thought it'd be really fun to kind of play with that. And I got some shimmer. I got some gold. I'm using my Lumiere, but it's kind of creamy dry. And I'm just making a background at the moment here. So I got some of that in here. Doesn't really matter about the edges right at the moment because I'll show you what I'm going to do with this. Now I got some shimmer on that, and I'm going to spray a little bit more because I'm kind of playing with it, see what effects I get. And I like that. I got some orange here, and I got some shimmer in there, some dust, kind of shimmer dust mixed in with my homemade inks. And I think I'm supposed to make a video of that for somebody. Anyways, that is that. So I think this is going to be cute. I'm going to dry it. I want lots of different colors, fun colors, and I'm going to throw, I know it's only just September, but I'm going to throw a skull on here. Right, hopefully in the center, maybe a little bit off the center. So I'm throwing that in there like that. Just like that. And I'll show you. It's a little damp, but isn't it nice? Okay. I'm going to color up my skull using my Posca pens and whatnot. I want to make sure I get that nice. So I'm going to whiten up to make that pop. This one, I made it my own. I decided to play with another paper. I'm going to grab my bottom that I was using just to protect this, and here's another card, and I'm just going to go over it with some black and some gold. So throwing some black on there. And some gold. I'm going to dry it really good too, and we're going to tear it up. So this is the theme, is to tear. You don't have to do the the theme I'm doing with the skull or anything, but the theme is to tear. And I like the flat black. I could use cardstock as well and not even worry about painting it, but I kind of wanted to see what I could do with painting. I'm going to put gold on it as well, just to see what I can do with it. I love to use gold and have that kind of like look. I don't know what it's called, but that look. And I'm going to heat it up really good. Crimson, this one right here, alizarin crimson, whatever, on the back side. And it's pretty bright red, and I like that. So I'm just going to use my fingers here. I'm going to get it all on there really good. My bottle might be clogged a bit. I'll open it up and stick my fingers in there. So, get it out. Now I'm going to have my fingers all red, but that's okay. Painting with my fingers is so fun. Okay, so, and I'm getting probably somewhere in the front, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try to not do that. I got a little red in the front. Now I'm going to dry that up. I'm getting it a little, sorry, too low for you guys to see. I'm just using my fingers. You could use a brush, whatever. I'm going to dry this up. The heat set the paper, or the paint actually. The paper I don't need. So I need the paint to set into the paper so then it doesn't come out. So I actually dried it up, and I also added some of the orange, but I have shimmer in this homemade orange, and there's a bit of shimmer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glycerin and water, and I have about, I don't know, half a cup of water and, you know, maybe an ounce of glycerin in there. So it's not exact, so I don't know. And I'm going to wet this, and we'll see how much of it soaks up because the paint in there, I'm not sure, but I'm going to wet this and try to crumple it up as best I can. This is kind of an experiment as well, so with paint on it, the paper's not going to absorb so much, but I wanted to put my colors on there and see how that went. And you can see that I do have paint on my fingers, but it's not from wetting it. So it's from painting it. And there is my crinkled look. So here is my idea. You guys can tear your paper any way you want. I'm making a tear. I'm opening my scissors, and I'm going to tear my paper open. Just like that. And I'm going to ink my edges, because of course I have the white edges. I'm going to add a little bit of spray on them too on the inside. So I have homemade spray just to catch on some of the inside, and just kind of play with it. That's what I'm doing, just to make it easier. If I knit, it's not all white, you know, when I'm spraying. But the glycerin will help the paper be a little stronger rather than just having just water. And test it out for yourself if you'd like to try with water and glycerin. Now I'm going to dry this up. Sorry guys, now I'm way too close. I was too far up. I'm way too close. Now I'm going to dry this up so then we can ink it up. I am back. Now if you wanted to do this without having to worry about the white, you can do a solid cardstock, but then I wouldn't be able, you know, unless I had two-sided where I had two different colors. I'm not sure how that would tear inside. I think it'd still be white, but I wanted to have the inside one color that I painted, and I did tear this, but I taped it together. So with my Wolverine tape, and I'm just inking up my edges here. It's still a little pliable, soft, because I don't want to have to dry it all the way yet. I kind of want to be able to move it without cracking it or whatever. Don't know if it cracked, but without having to worry about tearing it or anything like that anymore. So it's leathery right now. So I'm just inking up my edges and having fun with it. And like I said, I have some pink. I could use red spray or whatever. I didn't want to get like a dark permanent paint spray on the outside gold. So that's why I used, and I'm just going to flip it this way and ink it. See, it's easier to kind of move it, manipulate it, ink the edges a bit. And now I'm just going to ink around here because I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I'm going to ink around here, inked around the top. And this is my torn piece. You guys can tear it in half, you can tear it in strips. This is my kind of lay at it. And it's like a really messy tear, but that's what I was going for. Now I'm just going to grab my other card. And it might not match up and I could tear more, ink more, but I gotta be a little more careful once I glue it on that I don't ink up my face. And we'll see what we do here. Gonna glue it back on the best I can, and then I'm just gonna ink up the edges from there. Pull it back. Once I get a little bit more solid in here, and that's my torn piece. And once I get a little bit more glue on there, it's going to be a little bit more sturdy because I'm going to put some Mod Podge or actually DecoArts matte on top to stiffen up the outer paper. So I'm just going to ink up my edges a bit more, just playing with it. Like I said, it would be a lot easier if you had a solid card color, but then I can't play with the colors as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to carefully stick my finger in there, try not to get my skull. I don't care too much if I get a little more black on the red, but I don't want to get black on my skull here. So I'm going to bend this down a little bit more, curl it. Decide how I, oops, sorry guys, I'm out of the view. Decide how I want to curl her. And that's my torn piece here. So now I'm just going to grab my glue brush. I'm going to add more ink, I think, after. Well, maybe I'll add a little bit right now to the edge, the very edge. Now I want to add more. I can add more after too once that glue is done. But the paper is quite still pliable now, so gotta watch how much pressure I put onto it. But you guys can, you know, you have your own ways, your own styles. You can like tear the paper in strips on there. This is my idea, and just for you guys as an inspiration, and your theme is just to tear paper on your card. So have it whatever design you want. This is just what I took out of, or at least one of the things, one of the ideas I took out of it. Okay, so I'm going to grab my matte DecoArts, throw it all over here, and I probably could put a little heat on that ink before I did that, but it wasn't maybe quite dry. And now I'm going to get inside. And this one I kind of don't mind it staying a little closer to, and I'll just kind of dry it up and move it about the way I want. So curl it any way I want. I'm just kind of playing with it right now. It's still a little too wet to manhandle it. And that will just really make it nice and hard and able to put splatters on and whatever after here. So I'm going to dry that up. And this is basically my piece. And isn't it cute? I'm just going to grab my, I'm using my Lumiere up, but because it's old and I'm just like Haven't used it in a while and it's getting dried. So I'll use it up. And pretty much any craft paint will do. But just saying. I'm going to add a little bit of more of a gold trim here. And this is kind of meant to be kind of a festive piece. So it's not supposed to be doomsday dark, but a little bit, you know, like a little creepy, but at the same time kind of awesome. So, yeah. I'm going to probably put some splatters on here too. But that is basically this card. I am also going to stamp something on here, I think, but just get the picture of it. Add a little bit more gold. Some of this. I could add more. I don't know. I'm just adding more gold right now. Just doing it. I'm crazy that way. I can add more black. Easy peasy. But that's it. Isn't that cute? Kind of cute. And I'm going to dry that gold up. Add a stamp right here in this little bit of a black area. We'll see if it shows. It says, friend. Pretty cute. So, anything kind of like a torn piece with some kind of torn paper on there. Whether it be designer paper or, you know, that's my kind of my theme going with this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed that fun piece. This one's popping out, and I think that's pretty cute. And I was going to do splatters, but I think that's good. I like it the way it is. Look at my fingers. This is the way to be, guys. Don't worry about your fingers. And there you go. Don't forget to craft like a duck, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Yep.